Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Mood616 here, and I am finally back with another shelf by shelf video in my DVD and Blu-ray shelf by shelf series. So I'm kind of backtracking a little bit here, as you guys can see. Now, this Anchor base shelf used to go all the way to the end here. I kind of condensed it, and I put all the tins up on top, because I had to make room for my 88 films collection. So I know the last shelf I did was the Blue Undergrounds, and I've done all the 8 films to die for and stuff. But we're going up a shelf because I wanted to do the 88 films maybe before the TV stuff because it's a little bit more interesting. Yeah, so that's what it is now. There has been a little bit of modifications in here, as you can see. Yeah, trailer comps are way over here. But, you know, I will be getting to all these shelves here as like arrows and like 3 rows of Scream Factories, which I don't know how I'm going to do that video. Probably in parts, I guess. But yeah, so Anchor Bay ends right here. 88 films collection starts when we'll start with the Italian collection, which I do have all of them up to date except for one. And the reason why I don't have that is because I own that particular film already on the Grindhouse Blu-ray, and I just haven't picked it up because that's just ridiculous double dipping. But anyways, let's get right into this here. Here's number 1 from the Italian collection, The Night Train Murders. Classic material, man, from Aldo Lado. I actually do prefer this movie to Last House on the Left. I do. I like the setting of this movie better. I just think it's all around a more fun film, if you want to call it fun. But I don't know. There's something about this one I've always really enjoyed. But there's number 1, the Italian collection. Number 2 here is The Bloodstained Shadow, directed by Beto. The Red Coat Killer film. Fun ass giallo, man. Really, really good stuff. Yeah, transfer's really good on this one. Yeah. Good stuff right there. Bloodstained Shadow. Number 3 is Spasmo, directed by Umberto Lenzi. This is like a fantastic psychological giallo in a sense, I guess. It's really trippy. I've heard from a lot of people, you know, after they watch it once, they don't really get the film. It is a little bit confusing. It's definitely one that you have to pay a lot of attention to, which I would probably recommend paying attention to every giallo that you watch, because it seems to happen a lot with people. They miss things, and then the whole story doesn't make sense. This is, you know, no exception. You really got to pay attention to Spasmo. But all in all, it's a fucking fun-ass film. I've always really enjoyed the shit out of this one. So, yeah. Spasmo, number 3. Number 4, we got Blast Fighter. Yes. Directed by Lamberto Bava. This is just... it's such a fun Italian action film. It's ridiculously over the top. Yeah, Lamberto Bava didn't do a whole lot of films like this, but when he did them, Lamberto Bava's best film, quote by Quentin Tarantino. I wouldn't say it's his best film. It's definitely a ball of fun. Maybe it's his best film outside of the horror realm, but yeah, Blast Fighter, fucking good stuff right there. Number 5, we got Zombie Holocaust. Yes, I love me some Zombie Holocaust. It's not a great movie by any means, but it's got that appeal to it that is just watchable. I know JP from my podcast, he does not really care for this film much at all, but I don't know. It's silly, ridiculous zombie action. It's cool. Another Lamberto Bava film here, A Blade in the Dark. Fantastic giallo. Number 6 here. Yeah, good stuff right here, man. I like the music in this film too. I like the whole setup. If you guys want, you can pause that if you're curious on the synopsises. I'm not going to get heavily into these because I usually make the longest videos in the world, so we'll try to rip through these. But A Blade in the Dark, highly recommend that one. Good stuff. Anthropophagus, this is the re-released one, directed by Joe D'Amato, of course. Yeah, I missed the first release of this film. It just, I don't know, by chance. I was kind of catching up on these Italian collections, but I was happy to get, you know, the new transfer, and I think it's got extra features and stuff on it, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Anthropophagus. It's, you know, this movie to me, it's got like a, it's very highly recommended in, you know, in the horror realm and in the cult world. This one always gets mentioned. It's like a mood film to me. No pun intended, but it's totally a mood film to me. Sometimes I dig it, sometimes I don't. It just depends what kind of mood I'm in. It's kind of slow moving. It's got, you know, it's got those very memorable classic scenes with the baby and shit, but I don't know, man. It's okay. It's definitely one that I can't watch all the time. Hitchhike here, number 8. I actually haven't even opened up this Blu-ray yet. I do have the DVD, the Blue Underground DVD, as you guys probably seen before. But a fantastic film. Absolutely love this one. Franco Nero. Of course, David Hess plays pretty much the same character he plays in like every movie. He plays a total fucking scumbag, dirtbag asshole. Where, you know, this couple, they pick up David Hess and he fucking terrorizes the shit out of them because he was hitchhiking. But yeah, really fun film, man. Gotta check out the transfer of that sometime. Then we got number 9 here, Zombie Flesh Eaters 2, also known as Zombie 3. Oddly enough, this thing came in a blue case. As you can see, I have like 4 blue cases. It really annoys the shit out of me. I don't know why that happened. No idea. I had actually pre-ordered this one, and this thing came in a blue case. I do have the slipcover for it also, that really nice kind of velvety slipcover, but I don't have all the slipcovers, so I took them all off, as you'll see as we go through this, you know, this 88 films collection, because I just can't stand it. It kills my OCD to see, you know, a couple films without slipcovers and then a slipcover. So I think I'm just going to give them to people. But yeah, Zombie 3, man, one of my favorites. It's just, the soundtrack, man. I love the score to this movie. Unfortunately, when Lucio Fulci was directing this film, he got sick, so Bruno Mattei had to step in. And maybe Fragasso also. I don't know. I think there might have been a couple different directors, but a lot of people for the longest time said that Bruno Mattei directed most of this film, but Bruno Mattei was actually on record saying that he only did about 30% of it. About 70% of it was Fulci, and he kind of filled in the gaps. So, but you can tell some of the Bruno Mattei stuff in this film for sure. 100% you can. But, you know, it's not a great film, but I absolutely love this one. It's one of those films I can watch over and over again. It just has that type of appeal. So, yes. Here's one that I at least can't watch over and over again. SS Experiment Camp, directed by Sergio Garone. This movie is so bad. It is such a piece of shit, man. Every time I watch this one, I'm just like, holy fuck, man. It's infamous for being on the Video Nasties list, of course, like a lot of these Nazi-exploitation films, but it's just bad, man. It's just a terrible fucking movie. It makes me laugh. I've actually watched this Blu-ray twice, I think. I watched it when it first came out, and then I watched it again for when we did the top 10 in 1976 show. It's a shitty movie. It's really bad. So that was number 10. Number 11 here is Live Like a Cop, Die Like a Man, directed by Ruggero Deodato. This one is still sealed. I do have the Raro DVD of this, so that's why I just haven't gotten around to checking out the Blu-ray. But this is a fun Euro crime film. It's not Deodato's best, but it's kind of cool because Deodato, you know, is mostly known for his cannibal films and things like that. But he did dip into the Euro crime stuff, which is, you know, it's got its moments. It's got some downtime in it too. But it's a fun film. I think it's okay. I know a lot of people kind of shit on this one at times. I don't know why, but I think it's better than that. I recommend it anyways, if you want to see something different from Deodato. Number 12, Man from Deep River, directed by Umberto Lenzi. This is the film that started the whole cannibal craze. Even Deodato's on record saying that also. You know, it's not like a full-fledged cannibal film. It does have cannibal parts towards the end, but it's a good film. I actually really enjoy this one. You know, it's got Ivan Rosamon in it, right there. You recognize that guy from a lot of Italian films. But, good stuff, man. Good stuff. I enjoy it. I like the setting of it. Number 13, we got Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals. You pretty much know what you're getting yourself into when you check out an Emmanuel film. It's going to have random sex scenes in it. Like, I mean random sex scenes. There's not a whole lot of cannibal action in this film, but... Oh, got some titties right there. Probably going to get flagged now. Yeah, but what do you expect, man? It's Joe D'Amato. I mean... If you're familiar with D'Amato's films, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, man. And with an Emmanuel film, you know, they're pretty much pornos. So that was number 13. Number 14 here is Burial Ground, one of my absolute favorites, directed by Andrea Bianchi. I love Burial Grounds. It's like a bad film. This is like one of my favorite bad films. Like, there's just so many fucking funny parts in this film. We all know... is there a picture of the kid on the back? No, shit. Like the little man boy that's in this. The scene with his mom and the tit is just the funniest shit ever, but just like really weird. I shouldn't even say undertones of incest, and it's pretty fucking blatant to be honest, but this has got some fun gore. It's a ridiculous film all around. So much fun. So much fun. Yeah, so that was number 14. Number 15, Alien 2, directed by this guy. This is basically an Italian sequel to Alien. You know, it's basically kind of the same thing. It is really bad, but super fun. This one had me rolling actually in a few parts, man. Pretty funny shit. Yeah. You know, that wave of having to make your own sequel. Alien 2. It's a fun ride. I definitely recommend it. Mad Dog Killer. Yeah, this one is still sealed too. I have the DVD. This is a great film. This is a really, really good film. Actually, probably one of the better films in this whole Italian collection. Like, legitimate good films. Good stuff here. Crime. Out of prison, out of control, and totally out of his mind. Yeah, it's a good crime film, man. Good shit. Highly recommend that one. Now, this one I haven't even seen yet. The Cynic, the Rat, and the Fist. And the reason for that is because this is actually a sequel to a film called Rome Armed to the Teeth. And that one, I believe, has like maybe an Italian release or something like that. I know it does have releases, but it's hard to find. So, but my OCD just can't allow me to watch a sequel before the original film. So I need to seek out that one before I can check out this Lenzi film. But I have heard good things. I think, from what I remember, I think this one apparently is better than the other one, or maybe it's the other way around. I can't remember. But Lenzi, The Cynic, the Rat, and the Fist. Can't wait to check that one out someday. Then we got Hands of Steel, directed by Sergio Martino. This movie, oh my god, it is so fucking awesome. This is like, it's like, I don't know, man. I would kind of say like the Italian version of Over the Top. It's got arm wrestling, ridiculous action in it. Oh my god, this movie is so much fun. Soundtrack's amazing. It's just, it's so fucking 80s, man. When 86 this one came out in. Oh, I highly recommend this. This one from top to bottom is such a blast. It's such a blast. So much rewatchability. Love that one. And that was number 18. Number 19, Seven Deaths in the Cat's Eye. Directed by Antonio Margheriti. Great giallo. You know, this one, when I first watched it, I think I remember being bored to death with this. I have the DVD of this also, but then I got around to watching it again, and this is a fun one, man. It's kind of a slow burn, but I love the setting, man. It takes place in this, like, castle type thing, and, yeah, giallo. Don't want to give too much away, but it's a fun one. Number 20, Absurd, directed by Joe D'Amato. This is, I guess, kind of the sequel to Anthropophagus. In a sense, I mean, they always kind of relate it. Yeah, would-be sequel to Joe D'Amato's infamous Anthropophagus. Yeah, it's got some good gore. It's not a great movie, but I've always enjoyed the shit out of this one, man. I love this cover art, but it's mostly known for being a video nasty. You know, absurd. Good stuff. Here's one that I absolutely love, and I've recommended this movie to a ton of people. Aldo Lado's Short Night at Glass Dolls. This is such a trippy giallo. It's totally different. It's very creative. I think it just works on all levels for what the story is. Pretty interesting stuff. There's not a whole lot of giallos like this. But I highly recommend if you want to pause that, read up on it. It's also got Barbara Bach in it also. Of course, the Bond girl. But highly recommend this one, man. Short Night at Glass Dolls. It's kind of an underrated giallo. Good stuff. Then we got Massacre in Dinosaur Valley. Yes, this movie does not have dinosaurs in it. But, you know, it's okay. You know, it's not great or anything, but, you know, I have fun with this one. Read up on that shit right there. Yeah. Massacre in Dinosaur Valley. It's okay. And then we've got Fulci's Enigma, which is, definitely one of Fulci's kind of bottom films for myself. It's okay. It has its moments. But man, it's got really dull moments in it too, man. It plays off that kind of nightmare logic and shit. Yeah, I mean, if you like Fulci, man, give it a shot. It's okay. I know that one's kind of hit and miss within the community, so. Beyond the Darkness, Joe D'Amato's Beyond the Darkness. I absolutely adore this film. I think it's fantastic. It's fucking crazy, man. This one's so crazy. All the shit that's happening in this one, it's just insane. Insane. Highly, highly recommend Beyond the Darkness. That's a great one. Really, really great one. Syndicate Sadists, another Lenzi film, Eurocrime. Apparently this movie has something cut out of it. I have no idea what it is because I'd never seen the film before. But this one, I enjoyed the shit out of. This is fucking awesome. Really good stuff. Here's the breakdown for it, if you guys want to check it out. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they would have cut out of that, but I don't know. If it is, who knows? After the Fall of New York. Yeah. This was directed by Sergio Martino. Post-apocalyptic stuff right here. I'm such a huge fan of post-apocalyptic films, especially, the Italian ones. I just love Italian post-apocalyptic films. This is, it's fun. Yeah, right there. Highly recommend that. It's number 26. And we got number 27 here. Another Umberto Lenzi film, Iron Master. This one's actually pretty silly. It's a pretty silly kind of sword and sorcery type film, if you want to classify it as that. It's been a while, man. I'm actually having a hard time remembering this one right now, but I remember kind of digging it. I do actually have the slipcover for this also, but another one of these fucking blue cases. What the hell happened there? 1983. I remember it being really, really cheesy, though. Really cheesy. So, then we got Amok, directed by Silvio Amadio. This one I had never seen before. This is one of these releases from the Italian collection that I did not know much about, and I thought it was okay. It was pretty sleazy at parts. Pretty decent for what it was for a giallo, but it wasn't the greatest one in the world, but it was still okay. Worth the watch. And we got Lamberto Bava's Delirium. This is, oh man, she's just so damn hot in this movie. Those fucking boobs. Giallo takes place, at a, the models are getting killed off at this agency. It's one that I used to not care for a whole lot, but I grew to like it a lot more, man. I think it's actually a pretty fun one. Delirium. I recommend it. The Perfume of the Lady in Black. This is just straight up classic material by Borelli. What can I say about this one, man? It's just so awesome. Highly recommend this one. Very, very gothic, dark, atmospheric. Good shit, man. Highly recommend this one. Might even be the best film in this whole collection. It's really good. Another Lamberto Bava film, Body Puzzle. This is a giallo from the 90s. I think, yeah, 1992. This was way after the whole giallo craze was done. This is such a late entry into it. And another one that I really enjoy, though. I think this one's actually pretty good. When you rewatch this film, it seems like it's kind of predictable. But I guess it's because you've seen it before. I guess this is the way your brain would work. But I recommend this one, man. I think I profiled this one in my 90s series also. But I highly recommend Body Puzzle for kind of an underrated 90s film. Pretty cool stuff. Then we got Cold-Blooded Beast, also known as... What the fuck is the other title? Slaughter... Is it Slaughter Hotel? Oh, I'm like totally forgetting what the other title is called. I have my Raros somewhere around here. I do have the other Blu-ray. It probably says on the back. Slaughter Hotel. There it is. Sleazy. Sleazy ass shit, man, with Klaus Kinski. Fuck, man, this movie is just... I absolutely love this movie. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. This transfer is a lot better than the Raro one, by the way, too. So if you have that Slaughter Hotel, Blu-ray, this one actually does look a little bit better. It's got inserted footage and stuff, so... But I kind of like that, though, because it shows you where it was cut before and shit, so it's kind of cool. But Cold-Blooded Beast, that title, pretty cool. Actually, shit, man, I forgot about this. A Long Hair of Death, man. This is another really gothic-type dark film. Antonio Margheriti. Oh, man, this one is just fantastic. Barbara Steele. Highly, highly recommend the shit out of this. This one does actually look better than the Raro Blu-ray, also, in my opinion. So, Long Hair of Death. Amazing. Absolutely phenomenal film. Touch of Death, Lucio Fulci. It's fun. You know, it's definitely not your typical Lucio Fulci. This one doesn't have like a lot of gore in it. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's got a great soundtrack to it, but I always love that cover art. It's fantastic stuff. Touch of Death, it's an alright film. Then we got Zombie, Creeping Flesh, also known as like 4,000 other titles. But we don't want to go through all those right now. Bruno Mattei film. Every time I think of Bruno Mattei, I just think of rip-offs. I mean, like a lot of Italian directors, but Bruno Mattei was the king of using stock footage and inserting just scenes that you've seen before, reusing music, just... you know, reusing storylines. Fuck. But the funny thing about this movie is like how relevant it is still today with the subtext. Really interesting film, man. Zombie Creeping Flesh. It's silly on the outside, but deep down it actually has a little bit of deeper meaning. So I know it's funny to fucking say, but it is actually kind of true. Django Kill. Now I always get fucked up with these films. I think this might be the official sequel. I don't know. There's like 10,000 Django films, and I know like most of them are not official, but this is, you know, it's not as good as Django, but it's still pretty fun though. It's okay. Then we've got In the Eye of the Hurricane, also known as this one right here, The Fox with the Velvet Tail. Yeah, same movie, different covers. And now this is one of those... That was awesome. Totally just knocked off my tin. I actually didn't know that this was the same movie. I had no idea. So the Italians got me with their multiple titles, man. Motherfuckers. But it didn't matter anyways. I was collecting this line, so I would have picked it up. But fuck, that sucked. Repo Man, bye-bye. What the hell happened there? In the Eye of the Hurricane. It's a good film, though. I actually really enjoyed this one, man. It's you know, it's not like the greatest film in the world, but it's okay. I definitely like the other title a lot better. Here's one that I really enjoyed too. Finally got a good release. Watch Me When I Kill, directed by Antonio Bito. Good giallo. Definitely a way step up. I think VCI had put out this DVD years ago, and it's just, oh, the aspect ratio is all fucked up as usual. But yeah, good one. Love that title, man. It's a classic title right there. That was number 38. This is number 40. Number 39 I'm missing, which is Cat in the Brain. And I did say I have the Grindhouse Blu-ray, so I'm getting around to getting that sooner than later. It's actually cheap now. So I do want it for the new documentary that's on it. Next up, The Mercenary here, man, with Franco Nero. This movie was fucking awesome, man. I think this was directed by... who directed this movie? Corbucci. I tell you, man, every time you see Corbucci's name on, you know, Western, you gotta check it out, man. Corbucci does some of the most fantastic, you know, Westerns and shit, man. This is no exception, man. This is a really, really fucking good one. So, and then last up here for the ones that have been released, Navajo Joe, number 41. We got Burt Reynolds playing a Native American here, who's just batshit insane in this movie. Dude fucks motherfuckers up in this film. It's such a fun film, man. I had never seen Navajo Joe before until this. 1967. Burt Reynolds, clean shaven. Look at that, playing a native. Actually, kind of looks like he's native. Very interesting, man. But yeah, fun ass film there. So that is going to do it for the Italian collection. Like I said, I'm just missing the one, so I'll eventually get around to getting it. All right, so moving into the Shaw Brothers collection here, which I do have all of them up to date, except for well, there's obviously 2 that are just coming out. They're pre-ordered, but I haven't seen a whole lot of these. I've seen some of them, but I'm planning on doing a Shaw Brothers series. So I'm going to start reviewing some of these films. That's why I've been kind of holding off on some of these, but I have seen a few of them. Number 1 here is Hex. This one is, I believe, from 1981. You know, without saying too much, man, this movie is ridiculously awesome. Awesome. Same guy that directed Killer Snakes. She Shao. Yeah, man. Good stuff, man. Really, really good stuff. I can't recommend enough. I have all these covers switched. And I do have a bunch of these slipcovers, but I took them all off because, again, I was missing some of them. So I'm not like a slipcover fanatic. So, but I do like the way it actually looks without them. I think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, the artworks, man. Oh, fuck. Hex. You got to see it to believe it, man. Really good shit. Then we got Black Magic here, which is a pretty good film. I have yet to see Black Magic 2, but I keep hearing that Black Magic 2 is actually better than this one, and this one is already batshit insane. Look at the artwork on this motherfucker. These things are just ridiculously dope, man. Yeah, man. Black Magic. Pretty insane shit right there. It was number 2. Number 3 is 5 Element Ninjas. I have seen this one also, and this movie is fucking amazing. So much fun. So much fun. Like, some of the fight sequences in this are just mind-blowing, but I think the one thing that really makes Shaw Brothers films is the sound effects that they use. And having a background in sound, which, you know, I used to do sound on films, it's just amazing. It kills me to listen to. It's just so much fun. Makes it kind of comical, but it's super fun at the same time. But yeah, this actually has to do with like the 5 elements and ninjas, of course. But really awesome stuff. One of my favorite Shaw Brother films that I've ever seen. So much fun. House of Traps, again, amazing artwork. I've yet to see this one. This is number, if I can even grab it, number 4 right there. If you want to focus. I mean, I haven't heard bad things about any of these films. Like, I've read, you know, a few little things on them and stuff, and these are just, you know, they make good ass fucking movies. This is one that I've been really wanting to see, Seeding of a Ghost. I didn't pick up the DVD that came out years ago, and I'm glad I didn't, because that shit was always selling for like 20 bucks, and I was like, fuck that. But I've heard this one's really dope. Again, artwork is just absolutely amazing. Can't wait to check this one out. The Mighty Peking Man. This cover art, man. Every time I look at this cover, I think that's a nipple, but it's just the way her top is. I don't know what's so funny, but the cover art, man, it's absolutely amazing. And my homeboy Derek, man, I know he's a big fan of this movie, and I need to check it out still. Can't wait to. I mean, look at that cover. That's just ridiculously awesome. Killer Constable. Yeah. That is fucking awesome. This looks like kind of looks like a time piece a little bit. Don't really know much about this one, but again, awesome artwork. Masked Avengers. Look at this shit, man. This is absolutely amazing. I can't wait to dig into these, man, because these Shaw Brothers films just get me pumped as soon as they start. They're just so awesome. Yeah, that's fucking awesome shit, man. And that was course number 8. Number 9 is The Oily Maniac, which I have seen before. This movie's very rapey. It's so crazy, man. Just the shit that happens, like this, what The Oily Maniac is. It's insane. There he is, like a transforming oil slick that likes to rape. 1976, awesome film, man. Really, really highly recommend this shit. This is like, I swear, this is kind of like the inspiration for Toxic Avenger. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I go out on a limb and say that, though. Number 10, The Flying Guillotine. I've heard this movie is just batshit amazing, but just the title, The Flying Guillotine, you know, you can't really go wrong with that. Yeah, that's amazing. I love this title. The Bride from Hell. That artwork is fantastic. Yeah, man. That's good shit right there. Oh, here's one I've seen. Number 12, Bewitched. This artwork just floors me. It's so amazing. This movie is batshit. Batshit. Like, this thing just goes into a place where you're like, what the fuck am I watching? This is insane. But, you know, that's Shaw Brothers filmmaking right there. So, oh man. Yeah, I highly recommend Bewitched. I had such a blast with this film. Just, you never know what's going to happen next in these films. Like, you never know where they're going to take their insane ideas. It's a great example. Number 13 here, we got The Brave Archer. This one looks pretty damn cool. Kind of looks like more of a timepiece also, I guess. I don't know. Hard to say. But that's awesome. Casino Tycoon. This has probably got to be like the most normal artwork out of any of them. And I believe this one actually is later. Casino Tycoon, I think, is from... This might be a 90s film, if I'm not mistaken, which is pretty interesting. Very, very late Shaw Brothers stuff, but yeah. The One-Armed Swordman. I've heard this is actually like one of the best films of all time. And it totally never gets its props. I know Tarantino's a huge fan of this film among directors, but I heard this one is just awesome. One-Armed Swordman, gotta check it out. Can't wait to check that shit out right there. And that was number 15. I do have number 16 down here, because I just got this in a couple days ago, and that's the Dragon Missile. It's just not on the shelf yet, because it'll be my next update. But the Dragon Missile, this one looks amazing. It's such a great artwork, man. That shit right there. So that's number 16. Number 17 here is The Enchanting Ghost. Another one that I just can't wait to check out. Yeah, man. Look at that shit. That's amazing. So that's number 17. And I got number 18 down here. And that is The Ghost Lovers. I have 2 ghost films in a row. And that artwork, fuck me. It's amazing. So if anybody wants me to start doing some reviews or talking about these Shaw Brothers films, leave a comment down below. I want to know if there's any interest in it, because I know a lot of the stuff isn't horror, but, you know, it's kind of in the same realm, I guess, a little bit, you know. It's very niche stuff, but... Number 19, Super Inframan. Now, I've heard this movie is just goofy as all shit. Like, I mean, really, it's Superman logo. Kind of looks like Power Rangers Superman. Insane shit right here. And I believe it's like, you know, I think this one's like kind of kid-friendly too. From what I've been told, but that one looks ridiculous. Number 20 here, Black Magic 2. I love the artwork. Can't wait to check this out. I heard it's just insane. Better than the first one. Which, it piques my curiosity to the point where I need to pop this in like right away. But I think I might watch these in order, the reviews, so... And then we got number 21 here, The Spiritual Boxer. Number 22 and 23 are on pre-order right now, so, you know, whenever they come out, get those ones also. But I was kind of waiting until the collection got into the 20s before I started doing the reviews. But yeah, that's awesome right there. So that's it for the Shaw Brothers stuff right there. Getting into a little bit of the slasher line. I am not personally collecting all these. As you can tell, I only have a few. I just bought a couple that I wanted to upgrade either from DVD or ones that I didn't own, right? So this was an upgrade, and I wanted to check it out because this was the first one in the line. Graduation Day. I grabbed this one at the time because the Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray was like $15 more kind of thing. So I wanted to check out the slasher line. It's a pretty good release from Graduation Day. You know, it's a fun-ass slasher. It's not a top shelf one or anything, but I've always enjoyed Graduation Day for what it is, you know. That is number 1, and then the next one in the line I have is number 10. The Boogeyman, which is a film that I cannot bring myself to love. I don't know what it is. I love the concept of this movie. It's got some really creepy moments and shit, but Yui Lamel is just, in my opinion, not a great director. Like, I don't know. I think he kind of fucked up this one a little bit. This was just an upgrade for me, but it was really, really cheap. I got this thing for like £5 or something like that, so I was like, why not just upgrade? to Blu-ray, Boogeyman, but it does have its moments. I don't hate the film. I don't love it, though. This one's number 11. Blood-sucking pharaohs in Pittsburgh. It's like a buddy cop horror film with effects from Tom Savini, of course. Takes place in Pittsburgh. This movie is really not funny, though. I mean, if you want to watch kind of like a buddy cop type horror film, watch Dead Heat. It's way funnier. I really didn't care for this movie. I'd actually never seen this movie before, and I always knew about it, but yeah, I didn't really care for it, to be honest. Next one I have on the line is number 20. Drive-In Massacre. And holy fuck. I know that Severn put this out too, but this one came out before. This was the first time I ever saw this movie where the transfer wasn't so bad that I couldn't see what was going on. It was like watching a brand new movie. I don't know how they do transfers like this, but the beginning scene has a beheading, and I swear I never knew that before, because every transfer and every release I ever had of this movie just sucked dicks. This is amazing. I can't believe that they can do that to movies, man. It just makes it like a whole different movie. It's enjoyable. It's not a great movie, but it's fun. Number 21 here, which is Prozzy, which is also known as, what's the other? Double Jeopardy, and I don't know, there's like, yeah, Double Jeopardy, which there was actually another film called that later on, but Prozzy, kind of boring, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. It really wasn't that great. I don't know. Number 24, Upgraded Mountaintop Motel Massacre. Such a stupid, silly slasher film. This crazy old bag running this mountaintop motel, of course, and she starts killing off everybody with various strange ways. It's a fun fucking movie from '86. I always enjoyed the shit out of that one. Number 28, Happy Hell Night. Again, this was just a case of me not grabbing the code red because this was like insanely cheap. I £5 or £6 again for this. Man, this artwork is bad. Artwork is really fucking bad. And I've come to the conclusion, I don't know why I keep buying this movie, but I really don't like this one either. Happy Hell Night, I don't like the way this one is constructed and the way it breaks down and shit. I hate the reveal in the film, like the way the reveal happens in this. I don't know what it is. I can't stand it. It drives me nuts. And number 34, we got Blood Harvest. Had to pick it up. Tiny Tim. I'd seen this movie years ago. I couldn't really remember it. And I was shocked again by watching it that, you know, what happens in this and who's who and shit like that. It'd been so long, but it's not great. It is not great, but it's watchable. Blood Harvest. Definitely worth having in the collection, so. But that's it for the slasher line. Just onto some regular ones here. I've got the Toxic Avenger films. Toxic Avenger 1, which transfers phenomenal on this. It's just amazing. Toxic Avenger. One of my favorites, man. I absolutely love that movie. Then we get into Toxie 2. Oh, man. This is where the two middle films are just like, what the hell happened, Kaufman? You know, it's like, it has its moments, you know, but it's really bad. I don't know. I just don't like how it went to Tokyo. I don't know. That storyline kind of bugged me a little bit, but... Then Toxie 3, which the 88 films released, they actually used the cut version to make the Blu-ray. I don't know why that happened. I do have it on DVD uncut a couple times, actually. I think I have all 4 of these films like multiple times. It's ridiculous, but Toxie 3 is pretty bad. Anyways, but then we got Citizen Toxie, Toxic Avenger 4, which I think this movie is fun as hell. So funny, man. It's just so much good stuff going on in this one. Again, the transfers on all these are really good. Actually, yeah, no, that one's even good too. But yeah, those are the Toxic Avenger films. And I picked up Bloodsucking Freaks a long time ago, actually. I think this might have been my first 88 films release pickup. That awesome artwork there. Love me some Bloodsucking Freaks from '76. It's just such a sleazy, sadistic film, man. This scene in this movie where the dude is using the chick as a table, and he's got her bent over and he's using her back as a table. Fuck, man, he's eating dinner. That shit is so degrading. I shouldn't be laughing, but it's pretty funny. Bloodsucking Freaks. Great stuff. Still haven't checked out the transfer on this. Devon's Voltaire. This is another Huey Lamel film. This is probably my favorite Huey Lamel film. This one's actually legitimately good. I upgraded this because I have it on an Anchor Bay double feature, and I heard this transfer is really good, so... but need to check it out. Got some Donald Pleasance in it. It's a good witch type film. And then last up for the 88 films collection is The Suckling. I know there's lots of other pretty good 88 films releases and stuff, but I have a lot of those titles on other releases and shit, and like I said, I was picking up the ones that I wanted to. So The Suckling, yeah, it's pretty much as bad as I remembered it to be, but kind of fun. I will say the idea behind this one is pretty funny. I like the Sewage Baby title, man. Sewage Baby is awesome. But The Suckling, I don't know, it is what it is. Nice little fancy black case and shit. But yeah, that's what I got for 88 films. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any comment, or leave some comments down below. If you've seen any of the films I haven't seen, let me know your thoughts on them, which is probably most of these Shaw Brothers films, because, yeah, still need to get around to doing them. But, yeah, so that's going to do it for shelf number 23. I'm going to try and do a couple more this week. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go. Maybe I'll go up. You guys want to see Vinegar Syndromes? Maybe I'll just skip the DVD regular box sets and go right up to the Vinegar Syndrome stuff and then work my way down. I really don't want to do the TV stuff because it's kind of boring. Because it's like TV stuff. My collection really hasn't changed. I don't buy a whole lot of TV stuff. But after that, after the TV stuff is the Godzilla collection into... some Vicious Circle Films, Ghost House, and we got Unearth in here, and then, you know, some Bloody Disgusting stuff, which is kind of cool. But shit keeps getting moved around in this room all the time because my collection is getting so retarded that I don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to build something in the middle of this room to house some of this shit now. I mean, I've moved my fucking Vestrons. This is like the 9th place they've been, and you guys haven't even seen it. I haven't even done the shelf yet, so... But yeah, anyways, guys, this video's gone on way too long. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys in part 24. Deuces!